And this one is my top 5 Goosebumps books from the original 62 series. Dad, what are you doing? Dad, quit!
Edda.
What's that?
5 will be the best. 1 is my least, but it's still really good. Number 1, Welcome to Camp Nightmare. I could have put this one up. I was hard because I love this book. I love the episode too. It has a kid who's visiting a Camp Night Moon, but his friends start disappearing, and they're telling him about this animal called Saber, and it runs around and it's apparently been killing people. And the camper, the head council, was like, we don't have any people for these kids who keep going missing. He thinks he's going crazy, and at the very end, turns out that this is all an experiment because they're going to planet Earth because apparently the aliens there are so bad that they had to get ready, and they're on Mars. It's really good. Number 2, Stay Out the Basement. Stay Out the Basement. It features Margaret, Casey. Casey's the younger brother, Margaret's the older sister, and Margaret's friend Diana or something like that. And her dad's acting strange as of late. He's a botanist, but he hasn't came out of the basement hardly. And there's one of the frisbees got locked down there, so they had to go down there to get the frisbee. But when they went down there, there was all these plants, these weird plants. And one of them had a human face, had human hands on the plant. And it ends up, they had to go down there to, they end up having to go down there to, first one of the person who fired their dad from the university comes down, and he never, his truck's still in the driveway, but he never came out. And they had to solve that, and it turns out that the real dad, the dad that they've been seeing, is a plant. The real dad was locked up in the basement with the scientist who fired him. I forgot his name, and that dad they've been living was a plant copy of the real dad. The third one is The Girl Who Cried Monster. It features a girl who loves to scare her little brother Randy with scary stories about monsters, and she always pretends that she sees monsters everywhere. But one day she actually sees a real monster at the library. The librarian's a monster, and he's a monster that eats flies and turtles. And
I thought it was flies and spiders.
I know in the book it's flies and turtles. And he eats flies and turtles. And in the episode it's crickets and tarantulas, but in the book it's flies and turtles. I think the flies and turtles are better. And he eats flies and turtles, and turns out her parents at the end, they invite Mr. Mortman for dinner, and they eat Mr. Mortman. It turns out their parents are monsters, and Margaret and Randy, and turns out that Randy and I forgot her name, but she's a monster too, and her brother Randy they're all monsters. They just haven't grown their fangs yet. Number 4, Don't Go to Sleep. Who doesn't like this one? Come on. I mean, it features a kid who never gets anything he wants, or he thinks he never gets anything he wants, so he decides to go in the guest room when his parents said no. And it's only his mom. His dad died when he was a baby. And he's always been picked on by his older brother and sister, and his life completely changes the next morning. He wakes up, he's 17 when he was only 12, and then his life keeps changing every time. Turns out he's in a reality pool, and there's these reality police with these men in black who keep chasing him. There's this girl that he sees every time that recognizes him.
Really?
And at the very end, he eventually gets his room back, but he's got all these boxes in the guest room. And it turns out that it was his birthday week, and he's being moved into the guest room. Number 5, Night of the Living Dummy. It's Slappy. I mean, who doesn't like Slappy from Goosebumps? I mean, if you're a Goosebumps fan, that's the best monster. Slappy. In the Night of the Living Dummy, it also features another dummy, Mr. Wood. When Mr. Wood dies, that's the other evil brother of Slappy. There's two theories. The first theory says that Slappy didn't come alive till after Mr. Wood died, which I don't think is true. The other theory says that when they read when the kids read the card from Mr. Wood, it also brought Slappy back to life. I agree with that because in later books, whenever you read that card, it brings Slappy back to life. So, alright, that's my video. My top 5 Goosebumps books from the original book series. Bye.